and welcome to Nerd Goblinart. I'm Lula. Right, you recognise this mould. This is Gerald. He's my favourite. He's my little friend. So that mould is from Temu. And I spotted the same kind of mould on Amazon. Both have the same image. So I decided to order the one from Amazon. I love the mould so much anyway, so two's good. I've also got this little extra mould from Temu. And you know, it's cool. We're gonna work with these. Now, I've got these really lovely pigments from Create and Bloom. I'm going to be using the pink one for the little piggy, and I'm going to be using the green for the two alligators. Now, these are the first pigment pastes I've ever had, and I'm also going to be using glitters from Interresin. These are the non-sync ones, number 9 and number 5. So I'm going to be mixing those in. How's that? Gloves. So I'm using Apex resin from Just For You Online UK. Much favourite resin at the moment. So it comes in a lovely, lovely size as well. And from what I've been told and from what I've seen, you only need to use the tiniest bit. And as usual, I'm struggling to get into something. So excuse me while I fiddle about. Oh, and I've put card down underneath these moulds, because these kind of moulds, if you're going to use your heat mat at all, it can really mess up your silicone moulds. So make sure you put some card underneath them. So I put on the tiniest bit on my lollipop stick, and admittedly, give it a chance, I am aware that it kind of looks like pea soup or goblin goo. I don't know, but I like it. In real eye type thing, it is a very nice green. But even I thought at first it looks a bit like, the first baby poos. But honestly, it's a wonderful colour, honestly. And I did put a little bit more of the pigment on the stick as well to mix in, because I wanted it to be a bit more opaque. So that's mixed in nicely, and I'm going to give it a few moments to think about it as well, whilst we get the pink one ready as well. I will try and remember the names. But I got the pigment paste from Create and Bloom off their website, and I will link it in my description box. And I bought it as part of a set called Peace and Love. The colours just spoke to me, darling, spoke to me. So I got those, and I saw this pink, and I'm like, it looks like bubble gum. And I have had a play with it over the last couple of days on little things, and genuinely I've said to a few of my friends on Discord, as like, it's like Hubba Bubba. Now, if you're in the UK, Hubba Bubba was a bubble gum. It probably still exists. I've not seen it for a long time, but when I was a kid, Hubba Bubba, and you'd stuff it all in your mouth, every single one of them, to try and make the biggest bubble. But I love it. So I'm adding this gorgeous, these glitters are amazing. And I think they really help these pigments. The pigments are beautiful anyway. I'm so impressed with them. But like I said, I've never used pigments before, pigment paste before. But lovely. It really does look like pea soup. Or early baby poo. Well, honestly, it looks amazing in these moulds, I promise. So I'm just giving them a squirt with my isopropyl alcohol, not using my debubbler at all, and filling it so far, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a squidgy widge. Now, I'm very familiar with this mould. I have made many of these alligators, and Gerald that's sitting there with his hat on and his little flower. He is my little mascot. He's my favourite. So combination, I've learned over time that make sure you squeeze into his nose and where his eyes would be. I've learned where they are within that mould. And a combination of isopropyl alcohol and the heat gun always works a treat with this particular mould. Yeah, it's not a shiny mould either. And what I've taken to doing is basically coating them, painting them afterwards with some varnish, and they look wonderful. So I'm going to do exactly the same with this other version of this alligator. And as I say, on Temu, he's advertised exactly the same, but to me the molds look very different. I did try and show, and it looks like the one from Amazon, the one on the right, has a lot more detail. So we'll see anyway when they're demolded. And I've done basically the same thing, squidged in down in the snout and the eyes and stuff. So there, and they can have a couple of moments to think about what they're gonna do. And next we're going to go with this little piggy. This one came from Temu. I spotted it a few weeks ago on Temu, and I think it's I think you've realised by now how much I love little character moulds. And the less loved, the ones that not as many people seem to do, I just think they're amazing. So again, giving it a little squidge, giving it a little squeeze, just to make sure from, looking at the picture, obviously he's got, and looking down into the mould as well, he has ears and eyes and a nose. He is a piggy after all. And again, same combination. And pouring it in. And if you notice, I do pour it from slightly higher with a small stream. Never cross the streams. No. No, the idea is that when you pour in this, from high with the stream, hopefully the bubbles pop on the way down. So, these guys are going to need to cure. So, they're cured. Just like that, like magic. And they're done. So, first of all, we're going to bring out the little piggy. I was wondering about calling him Percy, but I was worried about a certain supermarket coming after me. Oh, Percy Pig. But isn't he cute? Very different. He's like, I'm not entirely sure what the style is, like a waffle. He's a waffle piggy. The waffle pig. Wink, wink. Now, we'll do the first mould first. We'll do the original mould first. Whoops, and he was so excited. Look, he jumped out. Check out that colour. Beep, 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 beep. Isn't that colour stunning? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is the new mould. And he's a lot different. And I was chuckling away at this one. His little face with his teeth. So, quite a few differences. There's more detail in the other one. He's got teeth. And he's got more pronounced head shape and stuff like that. I really like them. I love both of them. I think they're so amazing. So, we're going to do some bits and pieces with these guys. As usual, I'm going to be giving eyes. And we'll be giving them some fun bits and pieces. So, I'm going to stop waffling for 5. And I'll play you some music.
Two gators in the swamp so green. Top hat shiny, it's quite the scene. Sunflowers in the cloud embrace. With those grins that set in the pace. Fred and Ted, they call themselves. Dancing by the lily shells. Swagger in their every move. In the swamp, they're in the groove. go. Top hats, bouncy, swish and flow. Sunflower twirls all day long. Two cool gators singing this song. Riverbanks and muddy trails, fine jets with green scale tails. Top hats tip with cool finesse. Sunflowers they won't distress. Passing turtles give a cheer. Frogs applaud from far and near. In the swamp they're royalty. Top hats and flowers make it glee. Gator style, look at them go. Top hats bouncy, swish and flow. Sunflower twirls all day long. Two cool gators singing this song. Swish and flow, sunflower twirls all day long. Two cool gators singing this song. Gator style, look at them go. Top hats bouncy, swish and flow. Sunflower twirls all day long. Two cool gators singing this song.
I like that song, and I love that alligator even more, showing his little teeth off. They are so cute. So I've added little white dots also to their eyes. I really do think that it gives them personality. Love it. So to the side of me I have a bunch of little props, but I've got little woolly hats, headphones and stuff like that, but these two screamed to have top hats and a little flower. I decided not to go with dicky bows this time, or bow ties as the more well-known outside of the UK, I guess. I think that's a thing. So I also got these lovely little sunflowers, and I think because of this gorgeous green colour that these alligators are, I think the sunflowers really suit the colour of these guys. I think they're just stunning. I really do. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. I also got these glasses. Now, I tried using my snippet things. I managed to get the arms off, but try as I might, I could not. I wanted to actually give them both a monocle by snipping them apart. But I gave up for the moment because it hurt my hands, and I'm just using some J. Diction UV resin just to put their hats in place. It's completely your choice. If you're doing stuff like this, you can use your glues and such, but I'm quite happy using the UV resin. You know, it's not going anywhere. They're not toys. You know, these are lovely ornaments, so they shouldn't be getting bashed about and knocked about. So the UV resin is absolutely fine, in my opinion, for keeping these things in place. And you know, I get the satisfaction of basically it being instant for sticking where I want it to stay. He's just adorable, isn't he? Look at his little face, those little teeth, and his little hands. Oh my goodness. He's got a face a mother could love. I'm a mother and I love him. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. I love them. I love their little personalities. And it's not picking up on the camera, but the sparkle, the glitter in these as well with that paint is lovely. I kind of hope that it picks up in the glamour shots that I take of them, but honestly the sparkle is definitely there, and they look wonderful. They should have little sticks, shouldn't they, like canes? You know, the sort with the white tops and stuff. So Oh, little piggy. I think these glasses are intended for like dolls, maybe teddies or such. See, I managed to get the arms off. The other arm flicked away. I do find it eventually, but I could not get it through, and I wasn't quite sure about sticking the. Yes, I can probably make my own with wire, but I was being lazy. But I could not. I wanted them to have a monocle each, and look at that. I'm trying. I even switched to a different, like these jewelry ones, because I thought, well, maybe that's sharper. I do end up passing them to Mr. Goblin to see if he could get through. So just deciding on what to put on Percy here. I got these really cute caps. Are they really sweet? Again, they're from Temu. You know, you can just do a search on mini hats or tiny hats and stuff like that. And the amount of stuff that's available, I mean, awesome. But it wasn't sitting right on his head. So I could have snipped it, I suppose. But nothing else was going to fit either. So I decided, you know what? You're my first little piggy. So you get to have a crown. And again, just the UV resin, and try taking the lid off. That helps. Always helps to take off the lid. And like I say, it's nice and instant. You know, you pop them on and it's done. I think and that pink, it is like bubble gum. It is such a beautiful, beautiful pink. I'm so happy I ordered them. I've got a bunch of other colours as well, as like I said, that came with the set. So I'm going to be playing with those over the next couple of weeks. And I'm really looking forward to it. So we have a piggy with a crown. And we have 2 alligators who Julia, my friend on Discord, said should be called Greg and Simon. So there's Greg and there's Simon. Hello. Hello. They may be a father and a son off to a wedding. Or maybe they're best mates off to a wedding or a ball. Or maybe they're a couple. Who knows? They are beautiful. Look at I'm so pleased. Those colours. Oh, gorgeous. And little Percy. He is so sweet. With his crown too. He's royalty. And they gonna eat him. Nom, 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 nom. No, they're not. They're gents. They wouldn't do that. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Love you and stay weird.
In a room full of colors and swirls, Nerd Goblin art draws a magic world, with foxes that prance and badgers that dance, a whirlwind of dreams with a single glance. Gerald the alligator grins so wide, in enchanted waters he loves to hide. Dragons breathe wonder with flames so bright, each creature born from a magic night. Nerd Goblin paints life in every brush, animals frolic in a vibrant rush. From canvases to tales they